Welcome to Interactive Friction Season 2. I am Brandon Lee Carey, and joining me as always is my co-host Samuel Callahan, also known as the Beastmaster.
That's right. And we got a professional Laura banging her head to something.
Yeah.
She's enjoying
You
some
know,
noise metal
like
right
the
now.
Beastmaster that you are, you go like, come on, Wolf, listen to me, and then when they don't, you just shoot them in the face.
Sure, why not?
That's what a Beastmaster does, right? They shoot beasts in the face,
Oh,
and then
shit.
say, I mastered you.
That's what you did in Far Cry 3, so basically, yeah.
that is basically the entire plot of Far Cry 3.
Uh,
And
yes.
then you cut them up and go, ugh.
Did you know that we did a full Let's Play of Far Cry 3 on this very channel? If you did not, go watch it. It's
I yell a lot in that one.
it's a good Let's Play of a bad game.
Yeah. I know there's someone out there saying Far Cry 3 is not a bad game. Oh, you are so wrong.
That's what I said during episode 1. I was like, hey, Brandon, I think Far Cry 3 is pretty good. And you were like, well, we can fix that.
No, well, like, it's okay, Sam. Just like your Persona 3 opinion, you have all the right in the world to be completely wrong.
Oh, I will fight on that Persona 3 opinion. I can't wait till I start Persona 4 and talk about how great Marie is. Also, funny that I thought we were going to the shore immediately, but I forgot this was the point where you basically go,
Yes,
it's
this
the shanty-
section.
It's the shanty
How
town.
in the, like, we're about to do a section that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, it's funny, so we came from there, and then we were...
Yep,
The
there's the
helicopter
gondola.
crashed, I
There's the gondola.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure how we got here. Well, that blew up, so I guess we flew over that way, and then came out of the side of the mountain over there, went here.
This
But it's
this
interesting
world
just
does not.
because that down there, that's the shanty town, straight up, which is kind of a cool way
This
to look at the
world
environment
makes no
again.
geographical sense.
Some of it doesn't. Like, you know, I just pointed that out to say that actually this part does. This part specifically. Like the shantytown. But, this gets weird because it just straight up says, here's some fog. That'll make everything work out.
Yeah, this section coming up.
Like,
This makes no damn sense.
it's kind of funny because in the Definitive Edition they tout the idea of, like, remember when you climbed the radio tower in the very beginning part of the game with the fog there? And they mentioned Definitive Edition that the fog was there because they couldn't render the whole thing. And they were like, oh, we'll just put some fog there. So it's funny, in Definitive Edition, I thought it would show all of this, but they still do fog because this is their way of saying, here's a loading screen. And also,
Yeah.
here's some incredibly impossible space happening right now.
Yes, what you're about to see, I stress again, makes no fucking sense
Are you talking about the boat?
whatsoever.
specifically? Or
Yes,
just-
this magic boat in the air.
airboat. They're building an airship, man.
It's the Final Fantasy airship.
This
literally.
is actually the prequel to Final Fantasy 13. That makes it all make sense.
I'm going to help Reyes fix that boat.
I mean, it's Square Enix, right? So it could totally happen.
I don't know about
Square Enix was like, this is the secret Fabula Nova Crystallis game. This is the end of that series. It wasn't Final Fantasy 15. It was Tomb Raider. I'm so glad that with Final Fantasy 15 they ditched the whole Fabula Nova Crystallis thing.
Well, yeah, and then also Type 0, which was originally
No, that-
Agitated 15.
That's still Fabula Nova Crystallis, straight up. You fight Lassie in that game.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's actually a lot worse for it, which is why I pointed that out, because I don't understand jack shit about what's going on in Type 0 HD. They're like, you gotta, the Lassie, and he's the Fal'Cie, and he's gotta fulfill his, what the fuck do they call it? His
Focuses.
focus. And then you got, but it's like a different universe of sorts, so they have Magitek armor. in Final
The
Fantasy
whole
6.
gist of the Five Nova Crystallis series is that these three games were going to have the same underlying lore, but different takes on that lore.
Yeah, it doesn't work, let's just put it that way. Now, if Tomb Raider took place in that universe, I'd be down. Shooting
No,
some
you-
Lassie with a bow and arrow. Also, you
You
want to
have
talk
magic powers. I have an arrow with a lighter at the end of it.
You want to talk about Magic Boat?
Yes.
Tell me about Magic Boat.
How? Why? Who put this here? What purpose does it serve?
How and why? That's my favorite part. What do you want to say about it? Why?
Like, who took the time to not only build this setup here, but then make this ship on this setup nowhere near the water where you'll be able to use it?
Well, I mean, there's water below it. It's just, I don't know why they built it so incredibly high instead of, I don't know, like 10 feet off the water.
Yeah, like, what purpose does this
Whoop.
ship serve hoisted up in the air like this? This is the worst kind of set piece.
I could have sworn that in real life, though, they do build ships like this, like, somewhere. Or maybe I'm just thinking of, like, the Panama Canal and, like, the racing
Well,
boat in
when
water.
you're an islander who's scavenging for resources, you don't really have the time or the energy to do this shit.
Yeah, what's just kind of funny is they have this, like, really intricate, like, canopy set up for how to get on and off the ship, and it's like, it seems a little bit much for just a ship.
Like, not only that, like, if they're building it up here, how are they getting the power for the tools?
That's very good.
Are they
question.
using hand tools?
I don't know how they're actually building this without power tools. Congratulations,
Yeah.
Brandon, you broke Tomb Raider. It's now my least favorite game in the world. All because of this
Like,
one section.
like, this whole section, this doesn't make any sense. It literally, like, the moment you set the foot on this, you start going, well, like, how does this get set up?
Who built this?
Who built this? And more importantly, why did they build it?
I mean, I know why they built it. It's just why did they build it in this fashion? Although it makes you wonder if, like, Matthias knows what's up with the island. Was this designed to be made
And if this
after
is
they
their
killed
ship-
Himiko, or is this made by, like, a rogue splinter group that doesn't believe in Matthias?
And if this is their ship, why are they so why are they so readily destroying it?
Well, don't they make a point about that? Yeah, right there. Well, no, not that line. I could have sworn there was a line early on, though, where they're like, don't shoot the ship! I don't remember.
I don't remember that at all.
If it's there, it'll be in the subtitles, which I can check back later, but I could have sworn they made a comment about, like, hey, don't shoot up the ship, but I don't know.
But I mean, it's like,
it's, I love how he's just,
there are so many disparate threads of logic and none of them make any damn sense.
yeah, the game kind of falls apart for a while here.
It's clearly like designed so that we can have a set piece. And it's very blatantly obvious about
Well, I
it.
mean, this just goes back to, like, a few episodes ago, we were talking about the whole, like, you know, survival story to action movie thing.
Yeah.
It's just this tonal shift, and it's like, it doesn't matter how we get here, it just has to be here. Also,
Yeah,
this whole thing
man.
where it's like, yo, just keep dropping down these things, I don't know.
Yeah, because, you know, set piece.
Set pieces. Shotgun.
Yeah, there's something to be said about a mindless set piece every once in a while, but, like,
Well, did it too early.
I can't help but, like, think about, like,
That's a very sudden death for this kind of game.
why?
Yeah, I don't know, and it's funny that just, like, it comes and goes so quick.
This is
as
even
well.
worse than the question of what do they eat.
It is funny to think about, though, in the sense that, like, they built that huge set piece and they use it for, like, I don't know, 10 minutes, and it's just a gunfight. But it's
Yeah.
like, it's not really that crazy of a gunfight or anything, it just is a gunfight. This kind of, I guess the
And
question
anyway, this is a really
like, why
cool,
a ship?
this book looks and feels really cool.
Yeah. That's kind of the video game thing, is that sometimes you just have to make something that looks and feels good versus what's thematically consistent to some degree, you know, unless you set out to make a game that is purposely not fun, you know, with a big budget game, it has to make fun at some point.
But like that section is like,
Yeah. But now we're getting to the shore, which is kind of like your downtime for a bit.
yeah. This will be like your hub world for the next like,
Hour or two, maybe?
I'll say hour, maybe like, yeah, let's say like hour or two.
Yeah. Like
Just like Shantytown was like our hub world for like the most of the game,
Yeah. Is
or our
there-
pseudo, like a pseudo hub world, not like an actual like hub.
No, it's just in the hub world in the sense like you can explore and you can go get some stuff, and we will.
You come back there
we cross
repeatedly.
through this area multiple times.
Yeah.
Rifle parts. Yeah, we're getting the commando rifle
And-
next, I believe.
And this is the part where Jonas is about to give us like a championship bow.
Yeah, it's the recurve, or no, it's the compound bow. The recurve is what we currently have. Yeah, the compound.
It's not
is-
great to whatever bow you happen to have at the time.
Yeah. Well,
It's like-
you can't get any parts past a certain point. Like, you can get up to
Yeah.
the recurve, and then he gives you the compound, and then you get a specialist bow, I believe is the last one. Which
Yeah.
is just, you know, at that point they all look the same.
I wonder how that works like in the game. Like if you don't have the recursive bow somehow by this point, like what do they do?
I guess.
Or if they,
you'd pretty much
or-
have to like loot no enemies to have that happen.
or like, what happens if like, or like, do they just make sure that they just somehow guarantee that you have the recursive bow at this point?
Well, I mean, for that one, it's not so much a big a deal, but I wonder if, like, the assault rifle, like, would they have to make it a cutscene where Laura could tape it to any gun? Because I always seen it with the AK. But what
Yeah.
if you had the World War II machine gun? I don't know. Also,
I'd love to ask Crystal Dynamics, I mean, if they would indulge me. I doubt they'd even listen to me if I bothered asking.
If you ask the right people, maybe somebody will ask. Answer. I was also going to say, just stopping here, like, this is a really good vista. It's good looking.
Yeah. It's definitely a good, like, view.
Yeah. And now we're getting to the point where we go to Reyes, and she's going to be like, oh, this boat. Basically, Reyes is going to become Kenny for the next few episodes.
Yeah.
Also, now her boat and her family. Oh my god, I just realized she is Kenny, isn't she?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I said it as a joke, and then as soon as I mentioned her family, I was like, wait, she goes to like the exact same thing. She gets pissed off at other people because of her boat and her family.
Yeah. Where was I?
Oh, I'm the damsel, remember?
Oh my god, why is that so funny to me? Oh wait, because Kenny sucks.
This has got to be our best chance, right?
Our next season is The Walking Dead Season 2.
Glad you decided to join.
Kenny sucks less in that season, but he definitely still sucks.
Help Jonah.
Also, I don't remember if I made a comment about it, because I don't think I ever talked about finish. I don't think I mentioned on the podcast when I actually finished it, but when I made that final decision... Oh, no, I did, because I said when I made the final decision of the game, I got really pissed because I changed my mind like 10 seconds after, which in-world would have made sense, but because it's a video game, it's like, nope, here's your final decision. You have to live with this for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And it was something that I easily could have changed as the character. It was just a yes or no
There might be
question.
someone that rigging we can use. I'll check it out.
But that's
Be careful,
that's
Laura.
video game problem.
Yeah. And now we go look for supplies so we can fix our boat.
This goddamn boat.
I'm gonna see if I can get this gun working.
I'm Captain Ma.
Yeah, there's seagulls. You can shoot the seagulls if you're an evil bastard. So I remember also, I guess, well, maybe I'll wait to mention it when we actually get there. It's on the ship. There's a part I got stuck at.
Yeah.
Every single time I played this game, I got stuck at the same part, and you're probably gonna laugh.
What part? I can't
So-
think of anything that would be particularly tough in this section.
It's not a combat thing. It's a puzzle thing.
Even still.
Yeah, I'll tell you when we get there, because it's like 3 minutes away.
You got a shotgun part.
Alright. But yeah, I just like that after, like, you know, the temple sequence and, you know, the fucking airship, as we're going to call it, sequence.
We get a
you
little
this, like,
yeah, it's quieter here.
yeah, and it's like, here's like 2 guys, and that's it.
Yeah.
And they're the only ones you're going to face for the next, probably like, you know, on your first playthrough, like the next like 20 minutes, half an hour maybe.
Yeah, and this is a problem a lot of games have where they don't realize that sometimes it's good to have a little downtime where you're not actually fighting anything.
Yeah, George
Or-
Rubin made a good video called The Importance of Quiet Time based off that.
Yeah. Like in Mass Effect, like you finish the mission, now you can have like a half hour to chill with your party bros and talk for a while.
Yeah. I think the thing about quiet time, though, is that it's also easy to mess up by just saying
Yeah.
quiet time is where you do nothing, and it's like you still need to be doing something. It's
Yeah.
just got to be something.
You just need to
that's
do
not
something that's a
action.
little lower key.
Yeah, like a little puzzle, or like some dialogue, or just something. But like I've definitely seen games that take quiet time as, like Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. For as much as I like that game, its quiet time is mostly just walking, but there's really not much exposition or anything.
Whereas like in an RPG, that'd be your time where you could talk to your party members.
Yeah. So the part that I got stuck at was here, because every time I look at this and think, oh, I guess I have to jump there, fall off. Oh, I guess I have to jump down here, fall off. And I never
That's
realized
actually not funny because I think I recall doing that the
Yeah.
same myself the first time
It's
around.
so weird.
When I played a
because-
second time, I remembered that you're not supposed to jump on the anchor.
Yeah, I kept like jumping on the anchor because I never looked up and then hit survival instincts. And without that, there's no way to tell that the hook and tackle is what you need. So we go back there and Jonas is like, I got a bow for you. And also Alex is missing.
Yeah.
And then you're supposed to go, who's Alex? And then everybody goes, oh, that's
I actually
sad."
remembered who Alex was at this point because, you just saw him. They did mention his name.
Yeah, otherwise, though, you could be forgiven for not remembering who the fuck Alex was.
Yeah.
Alex should have been back by now.
Rely on your instincts, Laura. For my people, that is something that we do.
Oh, God, I forgot this is where Whitman shows up and Laura's like, what the fuck? kill this guy.
I know. Because, I mean, Laura is thinking what we're all thinking, which is this man is clearly evil. Shoot
Also,
him, please.
I've beaten this game 3 times, and never once did I actually notice that he's not shooting at anybody. I could have sworn Jonas actually shoots someone, but no, he set that up.
Are you hurt?
Yeah.
He just starts shooting and went like, oh, gotta be chased. It's like, no, nobody showed up.
Need
I
bad
never
luck?
noticed that. That's actually pretty good as far as just saying, look, this guy is totally lying
Could've
through his
left it
ass.
to us, like you did back at the palace.
Yeah, and Laura's like, yeah, you're not sweating at all. So, like, there's no way you were running that long.
Yeah. I do like, though, that Laura just takes no shit from this guy. Like, she is
Yeah.
well aware of what's up.
And that's something that's really refreshing from
Yeah.
you read so much fiction where the obvious evil guy is like skirts by without notice.
Well-
It's only annoying because the Scooby guys for some reason don't see the obvious backstabber in their midst.
Yeah, and it's the problem of, like, it's a problem where people who are writers are like, dramatic irony is fun, isn't it? Where the audience knows and you don't, or the characters don't. Excuse me, where you do.
It's like I've
And it's like, no,
browsed
it's
TV
not.
tropes once or twice. I know what's going on.
Yeah. I just like it in the sense that, like, as someone who watches a lot of anime, I get really tired of the trope of oblivious main character, the one who doesn't get it.
I know.
Because, again, that just feeds into the whole dramatic irony of, like, you
That's
know,
not
it's
just
cute,
a trope,
whereas-
dude. Like, every fucking story does that.
Yeah. Well, I say TV tropes in the sense of, like, the site. It is a drama trope.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
It's
saying that's not something that anime does exclusively. That's something
yeah.
that like, everything does.
But that's a really big anime problem, especially. But yeah, it's just really, like you said, refreshing to have a character who just knows what's up before anybody else.
Yeah.
And you know, like you said, it'd be even more interesting if she could tell everybody and they believe her, because it's another problematic trope of like nobody believes the main character, even though she's
Cassandra Truths.
right. Yeah.
I am Cassandra. No one believes me, but I'm speak the truth.
Wait, Cassandra Truce? I don't know what you mean by that.
No, it's an old Greek myth.
Oh,
There's
okay.
a woman named Cassandra who has prophecy, and she always speaks the truth, but no one ever believes her.
Interesting. Also, I just realized that I need to buy these 2 upgrades to get the last tier. I've been avoiding the cartography stuff because it's all, hey, you want to do collectibles?
So a Cassandra Truth is a character who speaks the truth all the time, but like no one ever believes them for some reason.
That's interesting, actually. Striking a dodge because you're more deadly on to kill almost any enemy. I feel like I'd rather just get one of the experts.
But like going back to what we were saying earlier, it is nice just to have a character who acknowledges, yes, the writer is going, yeah, you know this guy is evil. I know this guy is evil. Let's just kind of acknowledge it and get it out of the way.
Yep. I'm trying to think of like anything recently that has done dramatic irony pretty well.
You just buy napalm arrows with salvage.
Yep.
How does that work?
Video game. Alright.
And we're at 19 minutes now.
I'm pretty sure I know where the next fire is, which should be before the combat room that's in this, what I would call dungeon. That's kind of thing is like, I don't think I've been saying it out loud, but this is, you know, just because of old RPG mechanics, I tend to refer to areas like these as dungeons because they're just sectioned
Yes.
off areas with specific mechanics tied to them.
Yeah,
Alex, what are you doing?
Also,
so do I.
this stupid thing where Alex pretends he's so cool, going radio silent. I played a lot of Call of Duty.
And this is what makes me a
that's
little
not worth
uncomfortable about Alex's character, whereas Laura is all about you're the everyman, and maybe if you're in a desperate situation, you can end up doing this if you just think for a while and figure out what you're supposed to do. Whereas Alex gives you the opposite moral message, is like, well, I mean, you're an everyman in a group of badasses. You might as well let them carry you along, because fuck no, you're not going to do it yourself. Laura and Alex have like completely opposing moral messages in their character arcs.
Well, I
Where-
think you could use that to the advantage of just saying here is the opposite end of the spectrum, but it's just, you know, in this particular case where the spectrum is overcoming adversity,
Yeah.
it's just, and I think like again you could do a character who is basically being crushed by just seeing all of this. You know,
Yeah.
like, you know, Sam could have been that character, which we discussed earlier, the idea of being like so incredibly terrified by everything. But with
Yeah.
Alex, it just comes off as super bizarre, probably just because I don't think he's that well written.
Yeah, not really.
It's that, and I think that because you barely see any of the supporting cast when he does show up.
I
and then
want
all
to
of a
say
sudden
that
they just fill
Alex
in
is the
his
kind
arc
of like I don't want to say dude bro because that's not his character at all, but like the kind of guy that like plays a lot of video games and thinks that, oh yeah, I know how to get through this because I play a lot of video games about it.
Yeah. I mean, you could supplement that.
And that kind of
movies,
and that kind of stings a little as someone who plays a lot of video games and knows for a fact in this situation he probably wouldn't do all that well.
Yeah, video games recently have had this weird problem of like making jokes about people who play video games, and it's just not. What was the game I played
It
recently?
rarely ever works.
Something I played recently or watched recently that made a joke that was fucking atrocious about a guy who plays games.
Because I mean, it's like, you know, keep in mind as someone who's in your audience, I am playing this video game, so could you please not try to make fun of me while I play it?
Yeah. And again, you know, there's always a way to do something like that. There's a way to do
Kind of stings if you do it wrong.
Yeah, but most people just fuck it up because they're just like, well, he's... And, you know, it's like, the sad part with the character of Alex is that I've seen that trope before. Like, it's not even unique to this game. It's just this weird trope of, like... You know, even back, like, 1980s games, it's like, usually it was like, someone who plays a lot of video games becomes a hero in a game. Like, that was, like, a trope of older games.
Yeah.
And then it's like they try to reverse it.
Because I mean, that was the time when games were supposed to be where nerds were quote unquote ostracized, so they needed something to feel good about themselves. So of course they'll be the hero of their games.
Yeah, but that seems like we entered this weird like postmodern era where it's like everybody who plays video games has to be made fun of for pretending to be so cool, and it's like I get it, but just saying that it's that same problem of you're saying it, but what are you saying about it? Are you saying it's a really bad thing? In the case of Alex, it gets him killed, so I guess that's what they're trying to say about it. Is like, hey, you know, this isn't... But the problem that goes against that is that Laura actually became someone who could do this. So,
yeah.
like, Laura's... I'm really talking around this really badly, but Laura's existence basically kills
why
Alex's
I have a problem
character.
You see why I have a problem with this, because it's like these two characters don't seem like they belong in the same story.
Yeah, it's like Laura's existence basically completely... destroys Alex's
cancels
character.
It negates him.
Yeah, his character shouldn't exist because Laura does. Yeah, I definitely see your point now.
Yeah, they're opposing moral messages that like they don't coexist at all.
Oh right, yeah. You don't need to go through there. You go over here.
Coincidentally, that'll be the title for this episode: Tomb Waiter.
Oh god, Brandon, why do I let you do this? Why don't I stop you?
Because no one else will do this Let's Play with you.
Everyone else said no, so I got Brandon.
Also, it was my idea.
It's true. I already forgot that conversation happened, but sure. If you told me this was my idea, I'd say yes.
I own this idea.
You're saying when we eventually make the split, I gotta go find a new IP.
Interactive Friction, copyright Brandon Lee Carey.
Yep.
2015.
And then when we have the inevitable breakup, I gotta go form my own series name. Like, I'll do my own. I'm so bad at video games. Anyway, if you like this video, you can hit the like button below. It makes me feel better. It probably makes Brandon feel better. Makes us feel like our work is actually doing something.
For the second half-hour video that we've done in this section, this recorded batch.
Get a real solid like for that half-hour recording. And if you would like to see more videos by us, you can always subscribe, and you know you'll get in my subscriptions. It'll tell you there are more videos by us coming up. We upload them.
Watch our shit.
They upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday when we're doing a season. And of course, if you want to comment and discuss with us what happened in this episode or in your previous episodes, we'll be happy to talk about it in the comments below. Or you can follow us on Twitter to discuss this and/or other video game related things. And me and Brandon both have our own blogs linked in the description below where we talk about video games.
I'll keep it simple for you guys. If you read and watch our stuff, we smile more.
Yeah.
Don't you want us to smile? Don't you want us to smile more?
It makes my day to see a like or a comment or a subscription.
Especially a comment.
Brandon just really needs these comments, man.
I need to feel like my life matters to some random stranger on the internet.
You need to have yourself justified by some random stranger on the internet.
I can't live without some random stranger on the internet saying, "Yeah, you did something," and it's a thing.
I do it for the subscriptions, though. I just want to watch. I just want to have a fucking number just go up and just say, "Hey, look at this number. This number represents my fucking value in life. My meaning in life is judged by a number on YouTube."
Anyway, this is the end of the episode. Goodbye.
See you guys in another episode of Season 2 of Interactive Friction. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. That was a good...